Alrighty guys, what is going on? David Productions 345 here. Start of another video. Today we're going to be installing an oil catch can on my 2013 Dodge Charger RT Max all-wheel drive. So without further ado, you guys already know I hate long intros, so let's get right into this video. I think you need like a screwdriver or some kind of pry tool to get out one push pin, and I think it's a size 12 to bolt on. So without further ado, let me show you guys which catch can I went with, just because a lot of people are spending a lot of money on these. This one is actually a pretty good price, and the quality of the parts actually looks good. You guys can see it comes with the two hoses right here, fuel hoses. We obviously got the hardware right here, only a couple things in here, not too bad. And then obviously the actual catch can itself. You guys see it's like red, it looks awesome. I mean, it is different than the paint, yes. Anyways, let me stop rambling. Let me just show you guys real quick. This catch can is actually pretty good quality. It's from Amazon. It's not 150, it's not 200. You guys know a lot of people spend a lot of money on these just for like the logo or whatever. This one has a lot of good reviews. I like looking at reviews before getting products. So, it also has the Z-bracket design, which means that it's going to be mounted around here. You guys see the hole right there? Can either be mounted here, which I don't want because I want easy access to be able to unscrew this. So the hole that you can use is either this one up here and have it like over here, which I probably don't want, or you can have it over here. Alrighty guys, so what you're gonna want to do is go onto your engine. This is for 5.7, 6.4, and I believe 6.1 is very similar as well. What you're gonna want to do is look for this wire harness right here. Pry this off and pull this out. Look for this right here. You're going to be pulling it out of right here. This piece, hopefully you guys can see on the camera. Pulling the wire harness out. This should just be a push pin. Just like, say for example, the push pin's up there. So, alright, so I'm using a size 12 ratcheting wrench. You can literally use a size 12 socket, whatever. Alright guys, here's the oil catch can. Take the screw through the hole like this. Grab the weird cool spacer thing. Other side like this. Where you just took that bolt out, you're gonna screw this into there. So, alright, basically using a ratchet wrench to make it a lot easier. I'm not gonna go too tight. I'm gonna like basically go tight enough where it won't come off, and then before you do your final adjustments, basically that's when you like tighten it just a little bit more, just because you don't want to have it too tight, because this is an aluminum block. So let's move this up. Basically you're gonna kind of want it where you are gonna keep it like that. Cool. Alrighty, so this is what it looks like when it's installed. You guys can see that's right there where the spacer is. You guys see the silver on the screen. That's right where the wiring harness was, and you guys can see I zipped it actually right here around the bottom. But just to get a better angle, this was obviously a day after, but I just wanted to show you guys, just to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, just so it doesn't look like I'm rambling on about something random. Next up, let's see if the camera fits here. You guys see these PCV valve?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Of course, the one came out, but the other one does not want to. No! Alright, I'm grabbing a tiny screwdriver, prying it just a little bit, just so I don't break this. So when I need to reuse this, I can. Alright, so this comes off here. It still looks to be in good shape. I pried it just a little bit, just so I didn't break it. One of these goes into here. Also, I forgot to mention in the other clip, that's why I'm filming this the next day. You're basically reusing the rubber pieces for both from the stock setup. So don't destroy them when you're prying them off. I almost did, but luckily there's no air gaps or whatever, so the system's fine. There's no vacuum leaks. If you guys have a vacuum leak, you guys see the hose getting crunched in. Alright guys, there's two hoses right here. We're going to pull these out of the packaging real quick. So put that little black cap on the end of one. These black caps that I was talking about, basically, these caps are basically just the hose ends that go into here. And then there's like a little black piece kind of in between here to connect them, basically to connect two female hose ends. It's like a small black piece like this big. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. Push it all the way down. Like that. You guys see all this excess. All right, so I'm gonna start with like about two inches on this side. We're gonna trim this down, make sure this can fit into here. Then we're gonna put the black connector on the other side. I'm gonna do that for both of them. In terms of the tubing, just basically cut it however you want. Basically measure how far away you guys want it to be. Make sure your angle isn't as like rough, like really sharp bend. Make sure it's smooth like this. Cut your hoses however you want them. If these hoses don't work for you, then get different hoses from an auto store or something like that. The hoses with this kit are pretty good, so didn't really have to do anything like that. But you guys, just like that, you guys see the lines are ran. So the reason that this tube goes over this one is that the angle for this PCV hose, I didn't like that it was like kind of like almost like an L shape or a 7, like a backward 7. So that's why I had to go over this tube. It's all custom. It's all personal preference, whatever you want to do. If you can try to fit it underneath here. Perfect. Last step, obviously, is to put billet part. It's the most important part. So making sure you're installing in a place where it's easy to take this off. As you guys can see right here, obviously it's very easy to take it off. Alrighty, so what's cool about this also is that it has this knurled grip, so you can kind of grab it and twist it off a lot easier. Now what we're going to do is start the car, obviously, make sure everything works, and then I'll update you guys in a couple of weeks, months, whatever, when I check the oil in here to make sure everything is good. As of right now, guys, everything is tight. All the hoses are in place. The bends are good, nothing too crazy. So obviously I just checked to make sure there's no vacuum, make sure the hoses didn't collapse. You guys see the hoses are all good. Everything is tight. So, without further ado, guys, let's clean up real quick. This was not a hard install at all. Just took a little bit longer just because I was trying to film, get the right angles. So hopefully this video helped you guys. Hopefully this video is informational. Also, guys, as I mentioned before, don't spend a lot of money on these. This one was, I think, only 40 bucks. And obviously, it looks very good. And this is probably the best location to install it because you guys can see it is the highest point, which means you can easily unscrew this. So you guys see the bottom hole right there? The bottom one, I'll put an arrow on the screen right here. If you guys use the other hole, it would be pushed up against the fuse box and it'll be hard to get to. Also, you guys can use this hole right here and stretch it this way, but I don't like that. I like being able to access my thermostat housing easier. You guys can see I can still access that easy. I like the way I mounted it at the higher hole here better, just because I don't run my engine cover at all, so I don't really care how high it sits in the engine bay. You guys can see this is how high it sits. If you guys have a 5.7 cover, you guys are running that, you guys might run into a problem if you guys have it where I mounted mine. But if you guys want to mount your cover, you guys should probably mount it here. This is just another place you can mount them. This is also adjustable. You guys can see the little nut right there. I forgot to mention that as well. So you guys can have it mounted here and kind of out this way. You guys can see from the side, this is how it looks from the side. There's still enough room to do everything here. This doesn't really block anything. Same with your fans and your belt. You guys can see I still have enough room to access that. All that is still accessible. If you had it mounted here, it would kind of be in the way. So it would kind of be annoying to work on your fan or your belt assembly or your radiator. In terms of the wiring, some people are asking whether you're supposed to put this anywhere. If you really wanted to, you could always zip tie this around to the bracket right here. I honestly might do that just for peace of mind, even though this is not going anywhere. But that's the install, guys. That's how you install an oil catch can on a 5.7 Hemi V8. And yeah, it does dress up the engine bay just a little bit more. Makes it a little bit different. Yeah, to cut the tubes, I used my pocket knife right here. Obviously, the more money you pay for these, the better quality they are. They all do the same thing. Alrighty, so let me know what you guys think down below in the comments about this, whether you guys like this or not. Me personally, I'm a huge fan of it. Looks very good. We're going to see if it catches oil. Hope that oil doesn't get back into my intake system. So, alrighty guys, that was the end of this video. Hope Hopefully this video helped you guys install your oil catch cans at home. Hopefully this video is entertaining and informational for you. This is my setup right here as well. I'll update you guys in like a couple weeks to a couple months when I do my next oil change, or when I just check it and see if there's any oil in there. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down below in the comments. Anyways, we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to turn your notifications on, share this video with your friends. Without further ado, guys, me and Big Red, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.